Sometimes the thing in the way of our success and happiness is other people. People who love us, people who want us to live a safe, happy life, a normal life, and a life like theirs. Let's ask ourselves the question, are these people right or wrong for doing that? The people closest to us should only want what's best for us. But if you begin to look at it, then you probably already know that this is not always the case. When people say you can't do something, especially something connected to your dream, then they are saying they don't believe you or your skills are good enough for you to achieve that goal, even if they don't know how skilled you are, or how bad you want it, or how hard you're willing to work for it. So these people aren't in your best interest. They're just saying what they feel, and they don't care about your goal. But I do. They say that you can't do it because they can't do it. That's the moral of the story. More often than not, they will poison your dreams with bad feelings or worse, and give you damaging advice or goals or behaviors that aren't yours, and that will poison you for the rest of your life. But you can do something about it. And this is all to make you feel better. And remember, this doesn't always come from your loved ones. It can also come from authority figures that are meant to know and be there for your best interests at heart, but they're not. Unfortunately, a lot of the time, these people or organizations only have their best interests at heart. And let's prove it. Imagine you only have a very small amount of money and you've got a family to feed, but you get a parking fine. Sure, you shouldn't have done it and you're in the wrong spot, so it's your fault, but the government will charge you the exact same cost for your fine as somebody who has a lot of money. They won't even take that into consideration. Now they go, oh, it's about punishing you for doing the wrong thing, right? And ultimately, I don't believe in getting away with doing the wrong thing. But the government is about making money. They're not about punishing you and stopping you from making the mistake in the future, or else they would do the things that would actually prevent you from making that mistake in the future. They would teach you. Another example is schools. They teach you math and English, which is great, but everything else is about things that don't really matter or things we don't really need. They won't teach us how to budget our money or handle love or handle investments, but instead they leave it to our parents, and that's fair enough because our parents should have taught us about love and money, but often they don't, or they don't have the skills themselves, or they teach us their limited amount of knowledge because they decided that we weren't good enough for them to master the skill and give us what we really deserve. So this stops us from having the best start to our lives because they say one thing but do another. Often the excuse is they're too busy or something came up, and that's just not good enough. The result is we are given a lot of bad ideas in our life, bad advice and bad behaviors from everyone around us, and even when we're old enough to take responsibility for us, how can we if we're given nothing but trash? Others often even give us their hate, their feelings of badness towards things, and anything like that is not good for you. Once we become aware that our ideas can be poisoned and passed on from one person to the next, we can identify them from the emotions they create in other people's and ourselves and get rid of them, because any idea that causes hurt in anyone's life is not worth having around. And any idea or ideas that don't match the facts or are harmful to somebody, look at everything you've ever learned and pick it apart. This is how you get rid of it. If you question something and it brings up a negative emotion, not a fact, or an emotion that stops you from being a successful person, then you know you should change it and whatever it affects in your life. Once you have this gift, protect your children from the poison that others bring into their life, because you are now a better person. Everyone should like the videos, subscribe to my channel, click to get all notifications, and share this to help others change their lives. And if you want to help me make these videos, you can either send off a one-time donation via PayPal, or you can join me at Dad Diaries on Patreon. Find all the links directly below. Be safe.